Won't it be Ryan the Great? And today we have another Sulli's Top 5 for you. We got top 5 teams in the NFL after Week 12 of the 2024-2025 NFL season. And yeah, I mean, it's a pretty straightforward list this week. I don't think there's too much to debate about. Maybe some people would like to debate the order, but as always, I'm always right. So, we're not going to debate that. But yeah, not really much to discuss about. Almost Thanksgiving. You guys will not hear from me until Saturday, which I will do my preparation video for St. Joe's Prep versus Downingtown West. I'll probably post something on my community page. But happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Let's just get right into the video. But before we get right into it, guys, make sure you guys subscribe with your post notifications on. Go subscribe to my brother Great vlogs. Make sure you guys subscribe to my second channel at Around the Cloud Great. Make sure you guys go follow me on X around the RTG. Make sure you guys go follow me on TikTok at Around the RTG. Make sure you guys go listen to the latest edition of the CR7 podcast, and make sure you guys go follow me on Twitch at Around the Great Podcast. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, from the video, let's roll that intro. Hey, come on, Stotty. Stop! 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 Red flag! First pitch! Bring him in! Yes! Oh, damn. All right, let's get right into the video. So starting off at number 5, I got the Green Bay Packers. Why? Because San Francisco has pretty much dominated them over the last couple of years, and then San Francisco comes to Green Bay, and Green Bay says, you know what? You're not beating us this time. We're gonna beat you here. And they absolutely destroyed the 49ers by 28 points, a 4-score football game. Jordan Love, not really much in this game, only 13 of 23, 163 yards passing, but passed for 2 touchdowns as well, and he didn't have to do much because it was the Josh Jacobs show. The man averaged 4.1 yards a carry, 106 yards, and 3 rushing touchdowns. The man was an absolute show, putting on an absolute show. Tucker Kraft a touchdown. Malik Heath a touchdown. Who was that? I don't know, but he had a touchdown. And then you talk about Romeo Doubs, 50 yards receiving. Jaden Reed, Dontavian Wicks, amongst others. I mean, these boys are absolutely doing great. And Christian Watson dropped the touchdown at the end of the half, at the end of the first half, that would have giving the Packers even more momentum going into the second half. But, the teams are doing really, really well right now, so you can't give them number 5. But at number 4, I have to put in the Kansas City Chiefs. Yes, I'm going to move them up this week just because they won. Now, obviously, they did not look good against the not the Green Bay Packers, the Carolina Panthers, but Patrick Mahomes, a lot better of an offensive game, 27 of 37, 269 yards and 3 touchdown passes. No Isaiah Pacheco, which we thought that he was going to come back, so the Chiefs had to adjust. Kareem Hunt, only 16 carries, only 68 yards. Not the greatest game for him. He normally does a good job getting in the end zone, but it is what it is. He did have 4.3 yards a carry, though, which is pretty decent. Noah Gray, 2 touchdowns under his belt. DeAndre Hopkins adds another touchdown to his Chiefs career. You saw a lot of Xavier Worthy in key moments as well. 4 catches for 46 yards. Travis Kelce starting to, and has been pretty decent over the last, against the Bills, it wasn't too good, but the majority of the time for the last couple of weeks, he's done pretty well. The defense has been the problem for the Chiefs against the Bills and the Carolina Panthers, but the offense looks to be a lot better, and if the defense can just get back to how they were playing a couple of weeks ago, this Kansas City Chiefs team can look like the old Kansas City Chiefs. We're going to put them at number 4. At number 3, I got to put the Baltimore Ravens. Now, listen, people are going to say, well, Ryan, you put the Chiefs over the Ravens for so many weeks. Why are you putting the Ravens over the Chiefs now? The Chiefs aren't undefeated anymore, so I don't have to go based off of record. I can go based off of performance. And based off performance, the Ravens beat the Los Angeles Chargers, who were on a 4-game winning streak heading into this game, and they looked really good. Lamar Jackson started out slow, then ended with some decency, only 177 yards and 2 touchdowns. Derrick Henry, though, was absolutely dominating. At one point, had over 8 yards per carry and ended with 5.8 yards per carry. Zay Flowers looking good, 62 yards. Mark Andrews had a touchdown. Rashad Bateman had a really long touchdown that was pass interference as well. So that's really good to see there. And then the Ravens defense looking a bit better, holding the Chargers offense, a team that has done really, really well offensively over the last couple of weeks. They held them to just 23 points. The Ravens defense has not been looking too good. A bit of an improvement this week. You got to put them at number 3. But I can't put them at number 2, though. They play this team this week The Philadelphia Eagles are the number 2 team. And why? Because the Philadelphia Eagles have been handling their business. That's why they have been on a roll as of late. And you face the Los Angeles Rams, a team that started to get desperate. They're going to want a playoff spot because there are not a lot of playoff spots to go around. You got the Vikings, and you got the rest of your division that is trying to fight for a playoff spot as well if you are the Los Angeles Rams. So they were desperate for a win, but the Eagles said, no, we want to try and go claim that first seed, and they did a really good job trying to make their case that they're the best team in the NFC. Jalen Hurts, not really much, but he didn't have to do much because Saquon Barkley was an absolute show on the ground. 255 yards, 9.8 yards a carry, 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 70-yard-plus touchdowns. A.J. Brown, another 100-yard receiving game for him. He's the best one-on-one wide receiver in the NFL, and there's no doubt about it. You didn't have Devontae Smith in this game. Dallas Goedert didn't get too much attention, nor did Jahan Dotson or Johnny Wilson. So when you take all that into consideration, then when you also hold the Los Angeles Rams, Matthew Stafford, Tyron Williams, Puka Nacua, and Cooper Kupp to just 20 points while dropping Matthew Stafford 5 times. He's one of the least sacked quarterbacks in the NFL. The Eagles are looking far better than what they did last year at this period of time, and they're looking really, really good, and we'll see if they can beat the Baltimore Ravens. But I just can't put them at number 1, though, because I got to put the Detroit Lions at number 1. The Lions are another team that's been handling their business ever since losing to Tampa Bay. Both teams have been on 6-7 game winning streaks, whatever it is, ever since losing to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, that being the Eagles and Lions. Jared Goff has not had too many passing yards over the last couple of weeks, but this week, 269 passing yards, one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the NFL. No passing touchdowns for him, but Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery made up for that. Gibbs, 90 yards and 2 touchdowns. Montgomery, a touchdown as well to add to it. Not much in the receiving game. Jameson Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, they both broke over 60. Sam Laporta, not much for him. Tim Patrick, David Montgomery did decent in the receiving. It was close in the beginning in the Colts game, but the Lions were able to pull through, only holding the Colts to 6 points. I mean, this team is just absolutely incredible right now. They look like the team that could possibly get out of the NFC, and they probably shouldn't have even lost that game to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So if we're being all honest, the Lions probably should be undefeated right now, but they're number 1 on this list this week, and they are not undefeated. They have 1 loss, but that's the list. It's the Lions, it's the Eagles, it's the Chiefs, it's the Ravens, it's the Chiefs, and then it's the Packers. Not really much to debate about this week. The Vikings barely beat the Bears. Now the Packers also barely beat the Bears, but you have to take into consideration how the Packers have looked over the last couple of weeks. I think they've looked a lot better than the Minnesota Vikings, even in defeat. So I would, even though the Vikings beat the Packers, I would say the way the Packers have been looking ever since that loss, I would take them over the Vikings. And they do have the Vikings have just a bit of a better record right now, but I'm going to give the Packers the edge. You could argue that. The Steelers lost to the Browns in the trap game, can't give them that. The Commanders lost again, the game they shouldn't have lost to the Cowboys. Same thing with the Texans. Chargers have been looking good, but they lost, and there's not really anybody else that you can make an argument for. But yeah, that's the list, and that'll do for the video, guys. Make sure you guys subscribe with the post notifications on. Go subscribe to my brother Lynn the Great blogs. Make sure you go subscribe to my second channel at Ryan the Cobb Great. Make sure you guys go follow me on X Ryan the Great RTG. Make sure you guys go follow me on TikTok at Ryan the Great RTG. Make sure you guys go listen to the latest edition of the CR7 podcast, and make sure you guys go follow me on Twitch at Ryan the Great Podcast. And as always, Ryan the Great out. Peace.